If you're listening, this message is for you. There was a man who went running every morning before work, and each day he took the same 3-mile path. Around the beginning of the 3rd mile, he passed by an old house, and there he saw an old man sitting in a rocking chair and a dog lying on the porch, whimpering very loudly. The man always wondered about this, so one day he stopped to meet the old man and ask about his dog. He introduced himself and proceeded to ask, "Sir, every morning I run by here and I always see you sitting in your chair and I can hear your dog. Why is he whimpering like that?" The old man chuckled and responded, "He's laying on a nail." The man asked, "He lays on the same nail every morning? Why doesn't he just get up and move?" And the old man responded, "I guess it isn't hurting bad enough." What pain have you been living with? Maybe there are things that you can't move on from, people that you can't forgive. You make progress in your life, but it always seems like every time you take 2 steps forward, you get knocked 3 steps back. Maybe it's been so long now that you've accepted this pain as part of who you are. And it is this barrier, this inability to move past hurtful experiences that will always bring you back to that nail. You're living in an emotional purgatory, stuck somewhere between a place of misery and pain, but still trying to live a normal life. And even though it hurts, you keep on telling yourself, it's not as bad as it could be. Maybe you're afraid that if you do move, you'll wind up in a place that is much more painful. And you've been there. It is the pains and disappointments of the past that have taught you to protect yourself, to put up walls of defense. You've built walls of anger, judgment, and distrust toward others. You use drugs, alcohol, or meaningless sexual encounters because you're desperate to feel something good. Maybe you're drowning yourself in school or in work, anything to distract you and numb the pain. But these are the giants of your life, and they will not go away unless you face them. And these distractions will not solve your problems. In fact, they'll probably make them worse. And know this, the same walls that you've built to keep out the bad will also keep out the good. So, for the sake of your life, it is time to face your giants and tear down those walls. But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, where do I start? I don't know what to do. And that's okay. Of course, you don't know what to do. If you knew what to do, you wouldn't be in this situation. But you don't have to have all the answers. Consider this quote by Henry Ford. On a day in court when his education and intellect was being questioned, he answered his critics like this. He said, "I have a row of electric push buttons on my desk. And by pushing the right button, I can summon to my aid men who can answer any question that I desire to ask." Henry Ford didn't have all the answers, but he knew where to find them. Now think about this. Does the man running a billion-dollar company know how to do every job in that company? Of course not, but he does have a team that supports his mission. Many of you have been laying on the same nail for years, so I have to ask you, is it hurting bad enough yet? Are you ready to make a change? You don't have to have all the answers. None of us do. But you do need a team that supports your mission in life. People who will build you up, encourage you, and provoke you to success. You also need to know where to find the answers that you seek and who to turn to for help. And finally, you must have the courage to take that step, to face your giants and move away from the nail. And don't worry about what comes next, because as Rumi said, as you start to walk out on the way appears. And don't wait for the stars to align before you take that step. Just have the faith and the courage to start, and I promise the way will appear. Now get up and move. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. Now take what you need and leave the rest. Thanks.